Welcome back. Imagine turning a compact everyday SUV into a fully functional home on wheels. Not just any home, but one that blends comfort, clever engineering, and freedom so seamlessly, it feels like something straight out of the future. And yet, it's real, and it's happening with the 2026 GMC Terrain Camper Conversion. At first glance, the 2026 GMC Terrain doesn't look like something built for adventure living. It's compact, refined, designed for city roads and family drives. But that's exactly what makes this transformation so fascinating. Because what you're about to see is not just a modification. It's a complete reimagination of what a small SUV can become. And here's the thing, most people believe you need a massive van or a bulky RV to experience true van life. But this build challenges that idea in a way that's almost unbelievable. And just wait until you see how much functionality is hidden inside this small footprint. The story begins with a simple question. What if comfort didn't have to come with size? What if freedom didn't require sacrifice? Engineers and custom builders looked at the Terrain and saw something others didn't. A perfect balance of efficiency, structure, and modern technology that could support a compact camper system without losing its identity. But that's not even the most surprising part. The exterior remains almost unchanged. Clean lines, modern LED lighting, aerodynamic curves. It still looks like a daily driver. Something you could park anywhere without drawing attention. And that's intentional. Because stealth is part of the design philosophy. This isn't just about travel. It's about freedom without limits. Look closer though, and subtle details begin to reveal the transformation. Reinforced roof rails designed to carry modular storage or even a slim rooftop tent. Upgraded suspension tuned to handle additional weight without compromising ride comfort. And tires that hint at off-road capability without sacrificing on road smoothness. And just when you think it's still just a stylish SUV, the real magic begins inside. Open the rear hatch, and everything changes. The cargo area is no longer just space. It's a carefully engineered living system. A fold-flat sleeping platform extends with precision, turning the back of the Terrain into a surprisingly spacious bed. And the way it unfolds feels almost like watching a piece of origami come to life. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Beneath that platform lies hidden storage compartments, each one designed with purpose. Cooking gear, water tanks, portable power systems. Everything has its place, and nothing feels cluttered. It's minimalism, but done with intelligence. The materials used inside are another story altogether. Lightweight yet durable composites. Soft touch finishes that make the space feel warm rather than mechanical. Even the lighting is carefully thought out. Soft ambient LEDs that transform the interior into a cozy retreat at night. And what happened next surprised even experienced campers. The front seats don't just stay as they are. They swivel, seamlessly integrating into the living space. Suddenly, the Terrain feels less like a car and more like a tiny studio apartment. A place where you can sit, relax, work, or simply watch the world outside. But the real reason this machine stands out is something very few people talk about. Efficiency. Because unlike large camper vans that consume fuel heavily and struggle in tight spaces, the Terrain keeps its compact advantages. It's easier to drive, easier to park, and far more fuel efficient, meaning longer journeys with fewer stops. And that changes everything for travelers who want to go further without worrying constantly about resources. And just when you think that's enough innovation, there's more hidden beneath the surface. The power system is where things start to feel futuristic. A compact yet powerful battery setup allows you to run lights, charge devices, and even power small appliances. Solar panels can be integrated onto the roof, quietly generating energy during the day, creating a self-sustaining system that feels almost independent from the outside world. But that's not even the most impressive feature. The climate control solution is what truly elevates this build. Because maintaining comfort in a small enclosed space is one of the biggest challenges in camper design. And here, smart ventilation systems, insulated panels, and optional portable climate units work together to create a stable environment, whether you're in cold mountains or warm coastal regions. And here's where things take an unexpected turn. This camper conversion isn't just about travel. It's about lifestyle flexibility. Imagine finishing your workday in the city, driving out just a few hours, and waking up in nature without needing a hotel, without needing reservations. Just you and the open road. And people who've experienced this say the same thing. It changes how you see distance, how you see time, even how you define comfort. But there's a detail most people overlook: the kitchen setup. Because yes, inside this compact SUV, there's a functional cooking system, a slide-out kitchen module that reveals a stove, prep surface, and storage. It's simple, efficient, and surprisingly capable. And the way it integrates without taking over the entire space is what makes it so special. And just when you think you've seen it all, water management comes into play. Small but smart tanks for fresh and used water. A portable sink solution. All designed to keep things clean and practical without adding unnecessary complexity. But the biggest surprise comes right in the middle of this story. Many people assume camper builds like this are just concepts, ideas that look good on paper but fail in real life. But this one is different, because it's built around real-world usability tested by travelers who actually live on the road, refined through experience rather than just design theory. And that changes everything, because suddenly, this isn't just a cool idea. It's a viable alternative to traditional camping and even traditional living. But wait, there's something even more impressive coming: the technology integration. The 2026 Terrain already comes with advanced infotainment and connectivity. And in this camper setup, those features become even more valuable: navigation, entertainment, communication. Everything works together to support life on the road. And when combined with mobile internet solutions, the vehicle transforms into a fully connected mobile base. And what happens next is something you might not expect. People start using it not just for travel, but for remote work, content creation, even long-term living, proving that comfort doesn't need to be tied to a fixed location. But the real magic lies in how everything feels. Because despite all the functionality, the space never feels overwhelming. It feels calm, intentional, almost therapeutic, like every element was designed not just for use, but for experience. And just when you think the story is reaching its peak, let's talk about performance. Because none of this matters if the vehicle can't handle the journey. The 2026 Terrain brings improved engine efficiency, smoother handling, and optional all-wheel drive capability, making it suitable for a wide range of terrains, from highways to light off-road trails. And that's where the freedom truly begins. Because now, your home can follow you almost anywhere. But here's the most insane part. This entire transformation doesn't require turning the vehicle into something unrecognizable. It remains versatile, meaning you can switch between daily driving and adventure mode without losing practicality. And that's a level of flexibility most larger campers simply can't offer. And as the journey comes to an end, one thing becomes clear: this isn't just about a vehicle. It's about redefining what comfort means, what travel means, what freedom looks like in a modern world where space is limited but possibilities are endless. Because the 2026 GMC Terrain Camper Conversion proves something powerful. You don't need more space to live better. You just need smarter space. And once you experience that, it changes everything. Because suddenly, the road isn't just a path. It becomes home. Welcome back. Imagine a machine so extreme, so overbuilt, that it doesn't just drive across the wild, it dominates it. A six-wheeled beast engineered not for roads, not for cities, but for places where maps simply end. At first glance, it looks like something straight out of a military convoy or a post-apocalyptic film. But this is real, and what it can do might completely change how we think about exploration. This is the 2026 Toyota Battlecruiser X6x6, a heavy-duty expedition rig designed for the harshest environments on Earth. And while it may look like an exaggerated concept at first, the story behind this machine reveals something far more serious and far more fascinating. Because this isn't just about building a bigger off-roader. It's about redefining what going anywhere actually means. At its core, the Battlecruiser X takes inspiration from Toyota's legendary reliability, vehicles that have already proven themselves in deserts, mountains, and war zones. But here, everything has been pushed beyond normal limits. The chassis isn't just reinforced. It's extended, stretched to accommodate a third axle, turning a familiar rugged platform into a six-wheeled powerhouse. But that third axle isn't just for show. And what it enables is where things start to get really interesting. The moment you see it move, you realize this machine behaves differently. With 6 driven wheels gripping the terrain, it doesn't struggle the way traditional 4x4s do. Sand, mud, snow, conditions that stop ordinary vehicles barely slow it down. Instead of digging in, it floats, distributing its weight in a way that feels almost unnatural. And that's just the beginning, because the real magic lies underneath. The drivetrain is engineered for extreme torque delivery. We're talking about a system designed to crawl over jagged rocks, climb steep inclines, and power through deep terrain without hesitation. Each axle is carefully synchronized, ensuring power is evenly distributed where it's needed most. But here's the twist. It's not just brute strength. There's intelligence built into the system, advanced terrain management that constantly adjusts traction, throttle response, and torque split in real time. So whether it's navigating loose desert dunes or icy mountain passes, the battlecruiser adapts instantly. And what happens when it encounters terrain that even 6 wheels struggle with is something most people wouldn't expect. Because this machine isn't just designed to drive, it's designed to survive. The suspension system alone is a masterpiece of engineering. Heavy-duty, long-travel components allow each wheel to move independently, keeping the vehicle stable even when the ground beneath it isn't. Imagine climbing over uneven boulders while the cabin stays relatively level. It's almost surreal. But that's not even the most shocking part. The ride quality, despite its aggressive design, is surprisingly controlled. This isn't a chaotic off-road experience. It's calculated, smooth, almost surgical in how it handles obstacles. And then there's the design. At first glance, the Battlecruiser X looks intimidating, and that's intentional. Wide fenders, aggressive stance, oversized all-terrain tires, it commands attention. But every line, every angle serves a purpose. The extended rear section isn't just about aesthetics. It opens the door to something far more functional. Because this isn't just a vehicle, it's a mobile base. The rear section can be configured for expedition living. Storage systems, integrated tents, even compact living modules. This means you're not just traveling through remote environments, you're staying there. And that changes everything. Because the real reason this machine exists is something very few people know. It's not just built for adventure enthusiasts. It's designed for explorers, researchers, and professionals who operate in places where infrastructure doesn't exist. Places where reliability isn't a luxury, it's survival. Think about remote deserts where temperatures can exceed 50 degrees Celsius. Or frozen landscapes where mechanical failure can be life-threatening. In these environments, the Battlecruiser isn't just transportation, it's a lifeline. But here's where things take an unexpected turn. Despite its extreme capabilities, the interior tells a completely different story. Step inside, and you're not greeted with a bare-bones utility cabin. Instead, it feels refined, almost luxurious. High-quality materials, advanced infotainment systems, climate control, it's a stark contrast to the brutal exterior. And that contrast is intentional. Because long expeditions demand more than durability, they demand comfort. Hours, even days inside the vehicle require an environment that reduces fatigue and keeps occupants focused. But comfort isn't the only thing hidden inside. The technology integrated into this machine goes far beyond navigation. Satellite communication systems allow it to stay connected even in the most isolated regions. Advanced sensors monitor vehicle health in real time, predicting issues before they become problems. And what happens when things do go wrong is where this machine truly separates itself. Because redundancy is built into its DNA. Critical systems are designed with backups, ensuring that even if one component fails, the vehicle can continue operating. It's the kind of thinking you'd expect in aerospace engineering, not in an off-road vehicle. And yet, here it is. But the deeper you go into its design, the more you realize this isn't just about capability. It's about confidence. The kind of confidence that allows someone to venture into the unknown without hesitation. The kind of confidence that turns impossible journeys into achievable missions. And just when you think you've seen everything this machine can do, there's another layer. Fuel capacity and range. Unlike standard vehicles that require frequent refueling, the Battlecruiser is built for long-distance autonomy. Extended fuel systems allow it to travel vast distances without stopping, critical in areas where fuel stations simply don't exist. But range alone isn't enough. Efficiency has also been optimized, ensuring that every drop of fuel is used effectively. It's a delicate balance between power and endurance, and somehow this machine manages both. And then comes one of the most surprising aspects. Despite its size and complexity, it's designed to be maintainable in the field. That means components are accessible, repairs are simplified, and essential tools can be carried on board. This isn't a vehicle that depends on specialized workshops. It's built to be serviced wherever it stands. And that changes how people interact with it. Because now, the vehicle isn't just a machine, it becomes part of the journey itself. But there's still something even more impressive waiting to be revealed. Its ability to handle extreme payloads. Whether it's carrying equipment, supplies, or expedition gear, the battlecruiser is built to haul serious weight without compromising performance. The additional axle doesn't just improve traction. It dramatically increases load capacity. And that opens the door to possibilities most vehicles simply can't offer. But what truly sets it apart is how all these elements come together. Power, durability, intelligence, comfort, they're not isolated features. They're part of a unified system designed for one purpose: to go further than anything else. And what happened when early testing pushed this machine to its limits surprised even the engineers. Because it didn't just perform, it exceeded expectations. Climbing gradients that seemed impossible. Crossing terrain that would immobilize other vehicles. Enduring conditions that would cause mechanical failure elsewhere. It didn't just survive. It thrived. And that's when people started to realize this wasn't just another off-road build. It was something entirely different. A new category of exploration vehicle. But the story doesn't end there, because as impressive as its performance is, the real impact of the Battlecruiser X goes beyond the machine itself. It represents a shift in how we approach exploration. A move towards self-sufficiency, resilience, and pushing boundaries further than ever before. And in a world where most vehicles are designed for convenience, this one is designed for challenge, for the unknown, for the wild frontier. And now, as we reach the final reveal, there's one detail that brings everything together. The philosophy behind its creation. This machine wasn't built to impress crowds or dominate highways. It was built for the few who dare to go where others won't. And that's what makes it so fascinating. Because it's not just about what it can do, it's about where it can take you. Places untouched, paths uncharted, journeys that redefine what's possible. The 2026 Toyota Battlecruiser X 6x6 isn't just a vehicle. It's a statement, a declaration that limits are meant to be challenged, and sometimes completely erased. And once you truly understand what this machine is capable of, you start to wonder, where would you go if nothing could stop you? Welcome back. Imagine driving through a frozen wilderness where temperatures drop so low that metal cracks, fuel turns thick, and even the air feels sharp enough to cut. Now imagine doing it not in survival mode, but in absolute luxury. A moving fortress built to conquer the coldest places on Earth. This is the 2026 Toyota Arctic Cruise 6x6 motorhome. And what it can do might completely change how we explore the most extreme environments on this planet. At first glance, it doesn't even look real. It feels like something pulled straight out of a futuristic expedition film. 6 massive wheels, an armored-looking body, and a stance so wide and aggressive it seems unstoppable. But this isn't just about looks. Every inch of this machine has been engineered for one purpose: to go where almost nothing else can, and survive. And here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't just a motorhome. It's a fully self-contained cold-weather survival system, designed for Arctic explorers, extreme adventurers, and people who refuse to stay within the limits of normal travel. But what makes it truly special isn't just the 6 wheels. It's what those wheels allow this machine to do. The 6x6 drivetrain is the heart of this beast. Unlike traditional 4-wheel drive systems, this setup distributes power across all 6 wheels, creating unmatched traction on snow, ice, and uneven terrain. Think about driving across deep snow where most vehicles would sink instantly. This machine doesn't just push through, It floats, grips, and adapts, and that's only the beginning. Because hidden beneath that rugged exterior is an advanced suspension system that constantly adjusts to the terrain. Every bump, every crack in the ice, every hidden obstacle is absorbed almost effortlessly. It feels less like driving and more like gliding across a frozen world. But the real magic happens when things get extreme. Temperatures in Arctic regions can drop below -40 degrees. Conditions where most engines fail to start, fluids freeze, and electronics stop working. But this motorhome is built differently. Its engine is equipped with a multi-layer thermal management system that keeps critical components warm and operational even in the harshest cold. And what happens next might surprise you. Inside the engine bay, there are integrated heating elements that activate automatically when temperatures drop, ensuring the vehicle is always ready to move. No waiting, no struggling, just instant reliability. And while that's impressive, it's what's inside the living space that truly changes everything. Step inside, and it feels like entering a completely different world. Warm lighting, premium materials, and a design that feels more like a luxury apartment than an expedition vehicle. But don't let the comfort fool you. This interior is built with the same extreme focus as the exterior. The walls are insulated with aerospace-grade materials, designed to trap heat and block out the brutal cold. The windows are triple glazed, preventing heat loss while still offering breathtaking views of frozen landscapes. And the heating system. This is where things get even more fascinating. Instead of relying on a single heat source, the Arctic Cruise uses a hybrid heating system, combining diesel heating, electric heating, and heat recovery from the engine itself, meaning even in the most extreme conditions, the interior stays consistently warm. But that's not even the most shocking part. This motorhome can actually sustain itself for extended periods without any external support. It carries advanced energy storage systems, solar panels optimized for low light conditions, and even auxiliary generators designed for cold climates, meaning you can stay off-grid for days, even weeks, in places where no help can reach you. And just when you think that's enough, there's more. The water system is fully winterized with heated tanks and pipes that prevent freezing, something most vehicles simply cannot handle in extreme cold. You can take a hot shower while parked on a frozen lake, cook meals in a fully equipped kitchen, and sleep comfortably while a blizzard rages outside. It sounds unreal, but it's very real. But here's something most people don't realize. The reason vehicles like this exist goes far beyond luxury travel. They are inspired by real-world challenges faced by scientists, researchers, and explorers working in the most remote regions of the planet. And that connection changes everything. Because the Arctic Cruise isn't just for adventure, it's a tool, a mobile base camp, a lifeline in environments where survival depends on preparation and technology. And that's exactly why its design is so carefully thought out. Take the exterior storage systems, for example. They're not just compartments. They're strategically placed modules designed to carry essential gear, from fuel reserves to recovery equipment, even specialized tools for ice navigation. Everything has a purpose, and every detail matters. And then there's the tires, massive, low-pressure tires designed specifically for snow and ice. They don't just provide traction. They reduce ground pressure, allowing the vehicle to travel over soft surfaces without sinking. It's the same principle used in Arctic exploration vehicles, but refined for a modern motorhome, and what this allows is truly incredible. This machine can cross terrain that would stop most vehicles instantly. Deep snowfields, frozen rivers, uneven ice sheets. Places where getting stuck isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. But the Arctic Cruise is built to keep moving, no matter what. And yet, despite all this rugged capability, it doesn't sacrifice comfort. In fact, it elevates it to a completely new level. The sleeping area is designed for maximum insulation and comfort, ensuring restful sleep even in extreme conditions. The kitchen is compact but fully functional, with everything needed to prepare meals in the middle of nowhere. And the living area, it's designed to make you forget where you are, until you look outside and see endless snow stretching to the horizon. But wait, because this is where things take an unexpected turn. The Arctic Cruise is also equipped with advanced navigation and safety systems, including satellite communication, real-time weather tracking, and terrain mapping, meaning you're never truly alone. Even in the most remote places on Earth, And what happened when these systems were tested surprised everyone. During extreme condition trials, the vehicle maintained full operational capability in temperatures that caused other machines to fail, communication systems stayed active, navigation remained accurate, and the vehicle continued to perform without compromise, proving that this isn't just a concept. It's a working reality. And just when you think you've seen it all, there's one more feature that stands out above everything else. The modular design. This motorhome isn't fixed in one configuration. It can be adapted for different missions, whether it's a research expedition, a long-term overland journey, or even emergency response in cold regions. The interior and storage systems can be reconfigured to meet specific needs, making it one of the most versatile vehicles ever created for extreme environments. And that versatility is what truly sets it apart, because it's not just about where it can go, it's about what it can do when it gets there. Imagine setting up camp in the middle of a frozen wilderness. No roads, no infrastructure. Just you, this machine, and the vast silence of the Arctic, and instead of struggling to survive, you're comfortable, prepared, and completely in control. It changes the entire experience of exploration. But the real reason this machine matters is what it represents. It shows how far technology has come, how engineering can push beyond limits, and how the idea of exploration is evolving from survival to sustainable, comfortable, and accessible adventure, even in the harshest places on Earth. And as we move into a future where extreme environments become more important for research and discovery, vehicles like this will play a crucial role, not just for explorers, but for humanity's understanding of the planet. Because the Arctic Cruise isn't just a motorhome. It's a glimpse into the future of travel, where no place is too remote, no climate too harsh, and no journey too difficult. And when you look at it that way, it's not just impressive, it's revolutionary. So the next time you think about adventure, about pushing boundaries, about going somewhere truly untouched, remember this machine. Because it's proof that even the coldest, most unforgiving places on Earth are no longer out of reach. And that might be the most incredible part of all.